Today we have a PSA submission. We're going to be getting 4 PSA submissions out over the weekend here. This is the first one I wanted to do. This is the modern order. Cards from 1972 to 2016. Go modern if you're sending them in bulk or value pricing. It's $12 a card to grade, and I'm expecting to get these back probably November, December. So it is taking about 9-10 months to get cards back. That is fine with this stuff. I'm not in a rush. Some of these would be, kind of nice to get back. For instance, the Magic Johnson. I'm not sure when that documentary is coming out, but I do think that's going to inflate the prices of those cards. Will they, start to come back down afterwards, or who knows? But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We're going to be doing a ultra modern order, which is a lot bigger than this one. We're going to be doing a Pokemon order, and we're going to be doing an express order. That'll probably be the last one I do. I do have a card that I think it's coming tomorrow. So that's going to be going in that order. So yeah. I have been buying a lot of this older stuff, and the trend, I mean, last year a lot of the vintage stuff went up. We're seeing the same thing kind of happen again this year, kind of at the start of the year here. And some of the really new stuff is starting to go down. Darren C, what's going on? Joel, what's going on? Yeah, you're going to be waiting a long time. Paul, Carl, what's going on? So, first card, we got a 72 Jerry West, Hall of Famer. His rookie card is the 61 Fleer. It's pretty far out of my price range right now, so I'm just picking up some of his other cards. I really like the design on the 72 Topps. This one is, off-center and stuff. I bought it for a really good price. I'm thinking around the PSA 5 range, maybe a 6, because of that centering. But really a crisp, clean card overall, and I looked at the surface and there was really no issues. So, nice looking card. Glad to add it to my PC. Yeah, Jerry West. Next, we got the Kareem 72 Topps. This one, they said it was near mint, but it wasn't a very good picture, and I was just expecting kind of EX type. So, once again, PSA 5, maybe a PSA 6. It's a really nice card. A lot of people, want this card. It's his first card with him as Kareem and not Lou Alcindor. And so, high grades on this can go for a pretty good amount of money. Tim, what's going on? Welcome. Next, we got Artis Gilmore, another Hall of Famer. This is his 72 Topps rookie. Good centering on this card. Maybe a little soft on the corners. Looking for that PSA 6 range. A lot of these are centered, off-centered on the back, but the back isn't as important as the front. This one came from the same seller as the Kareem, and I thought I got a really good deal on it. So yeah, he played for the Colonels. Next, we got the Julius Erving 72 Topps. This is not his rookie. His rookie card is yellow, and it's got him on it. This is the same year. It's his rookie year, but it's the All-Star card. Probably around the PSA 5 or 6 range once again. But got a good deal on this. It was like $50. And, in a decent grade, it brings some money. If you want his rookie, it's going to cost you a pretty good penny. So I went with the next best thing, which was the the All-Star card. Next, we got a Kareem. This one's probably around the 4 range. It does have kind of almost like a little creasing right there and there. And you can't really see it on the back. Other than that, it's pretty solid looking. It's got decent centering and stuff. Without that, it might get in the 6 range, maybe 7 at best, but I'm thinking more like a 4 because of that. And then you also got Wilt Chamberlain in the back. It's pretty cool. He doesn't have a regular card, so this All-Star card is his base card. And it's just pretty cool. Michael, what's going on? You got some cards back from PSA. I do have some orders coming back here, hopefully within the next month. I've got 4 orders right now that are all in grading. 1 is in assembly, so hopefully it gets through the process here pretty soon. That's a 215 card order. Then we got a 300 plus card order. We got a 50 card Pokemon order, and we have an economy 22 card order coming. So I got about 700 cards that should pop within the next month or two. Paul Carl, what's going on? Cards from the era worth grading and hitting those 6 for flipping or yeah, these are for my collection. There is money to be made if you get the grade. You know, you can get a good grade on it. If you, it's a lot harder to get higher grades on this stuff than obviously ultra modern stuff. So like I said, a 6, 7 can go for a pretty decent amount. So 81 Kareem Topps cards. Yeah, I bought one of those. I bought a PSA when it was like, I don't know, $40 or $50. I like the 81, but anyways, Paul Westfall. Hall of Famer, rookie card, not much more to say about that. Looked pretty clean, so I picked it up. Bob McAdoo, same thing. I guess he won MVP in the 70s one year, and he was like one of the first big men, from what I read. These teams, like, they don't exist anymore, the Braves. Pretty funny. But got a really steal of a deal on this one. I think it was like the seller wasn't a big seller, and I got it for like $25 or something. Next, we have a Kareem 74 Topps. Once again, it says All-Stars on it, but it is like basically his base card. A little soft on the corners. Decent centering on it. They did say near mint, but I knew buying it, it was not going to be near mint. It's more like a 5, maybe a 6 at best. So, needed that one anyways for the collection. I haven't shown any birds yet, and I don't think I have any Larry Birds in here. I sent those off with my I think last month. I sent a bunch of 81 Topps birds. We got the Pete Maravich 74. Would love to get his 70 Topps rookie card, but I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. It's pretty pricey, and it's just going up in price. Decent shape. It's got some fish eyes on the back here. But overall, it was pretty good. Once again, I think they said around near mint, but I'm thinking more like the 6 range. I'm kind of hoping for the best, but kind of prepared for the worst kind of thing. This I got a really good deal on it. This guy listed this up. Jamal Keith Wilkes. His just name is just Keith Wilkes on here, but Hall of Famer and his 75 Topps. It looked really, really crisp, really, really good eye appeal, good centering on it. And they had it up at auction, and they had a best offer on there, and I gave them like a $20 best offer, thinking that they were just going to instantly deny it. And they took my offer on it. I was like blown away. So Warriors, and you got unsold there, another Hall of Famer right by him. So really nice card. Don't see a lot of these come up, so stoked on that one. Next we got a 75 Pete Maravich. Mad Sweeper, what's going on? Welcome. You know, a little off center there, left to right. Not perfect on the edging. The edgings are really tough on these cards. Sometimes you see little surface issues. But, you know, PSA 6, that'll be fine. Maybe a 7 if we're lucky. Next we got the 75 Kareem. This is a pretty tough card to get, you know, in a good grade. The high grades, 7, 8, you know, they're pushing up there in price. And even a 5 or a 6 is pretty good for this one. Pretty decent on the centering on this one. Once again, the edging. But the price I got it for, I think, was like $70, $80. I'll be fine with this 6 on this one. I'll be more than happy with that. Next, we got the Moses Malone. This was the second one I picked up on this card. The first one had a really bad binder ding. It was like the seller didn't even mention it, and they didn't like the scans don't show it. So I ended up returning that one and picked this up shortly after for actually less money. The colors are kind of dull on it. I don't think it's like sun fading. I think it's just sometimes the colors on cards they don't print very well, so that kind of takes away a little bit on the eye appeal, and it's a little bit off-centered. But like I said, I'll be happy to get this Moses rookie card in a 5 or a 6. So yeah, nice card. Paulino, what's going on? Welcome. Next we have a Bobby Jones, another Hall of Famer. Really, really sharp on this card. I was kind of blown away. Because those other 75s I showed you, they got like the edging where it's just kind of like chipping away, and it just kind of looks. This one's just really freaking sharp. I mean, I'm thinking that's at least a solid 8. I mean, that's a high grade too for an older card. It's got a little bit of like, you know, some print defect type situation there, but typically they're not going to downgrade it too much for that. And everything is just really sharp on this card. So stoked to be able to pick this one up for a pretty good price, and Hall of Famer there. Passed on a few of these. They were like $100 for a PSA 8, and I didn't like the centering on the card, and it was just like, eh. So the price has gone up, of course, like everything else. And I picked up this one ungraded, and it looked really, really solid. Really like the eye peel and the centering on it, and a little bit of some stuff going on there. But other than that, really nice card. So I'll be happy with an 8 on this one. And a lot of times with this green backing, you got white chipping around the edges, especially the corners. And this one just looks really, really solid. So it's going into my PC. And I think I picked it up for like $20-30. So really nice card. Yeah, they're pretty decent for vintage cards. Next we got a Bernard King, another Hall of Famer. I think I bought multiple of these, and they're just always off-centered, or the edges being kind of just not cut very well, stuff like that. So this one looked pretty decent. 7-ish range on that one, hopefully. Next we got Dennis Johnson, Supersonics there. No longer a team. I don't believe, anyways. Didn't they change to the Thunder, I believe? But yeah, and then he was mostly known. He was on the Boston Celtics. But Hall of Famer Dennis Johnson. These were dirt cheap, like $6-7. So I might not get a huge gain on these, but I just think Hall of Famers in general are a solid investment. And even if you get 7s on these, you're doing pretty darn good. Next, we got the 78 Topps Kareem. Once again, it's got the little all-star thing on there. Maybe a little black dot on the border. Never going to find these perfectly centered, but not too bad. Still a solid card. Jack Sikma. I didn't know about some of these guys until I looked into the Hall of Fame. I was like, okay, who's this guy? Who's that guy? So, yeah, another Sonics guy. Went into the Hall of Fame. And I've got quite a few of these. Another one that was probably like $6-7. Really cheap on these. And these will look good slabbed, even if they're 7s. I'll be happy to get one back in an 8. Next, we got the Julius Erving. Rocking the afro there still. Nice card. Probably not super great grade on it, but I do have 2 of those. This is one of my favorite cards. Another YouTuber I follow, Vegas Finds 777, mentioned this card. It's Kareem's first hook shot card. He's famous for that. People say Kareem whenever somebody does a hook shot. And so, yeah, first card with him doing the hook shot. So, 1979 Topps. I just really like the card. Most of these picked up between $15 and $20, and they are near mint. Potential for some 8s in here even. Mike White said, on the older cards, when the corners are sharp, but there seems to be like extra hanger. Yeah, still graded. I think I know what you're talking about, where the corner sometimes it has this, like it didn't get cut right, and there's a little bit extras there. They'll probably downgrade, the corner on it a little bit for that. But yeah, still worth grading, especially on the vintage stuff, because you're not necessarily trying to get a 9 or a 10. But yeah, slightly different coloring on them. You can see pretty sharp cards though overall. So we got 4 of those. I think that one actually looks better. We'll put that one more towards the back. 4 79 Kareems. I would just leave it as is. I mean, if you can like kind of get it with your finger, but if it's like part of the card and you can't, I wouldn't take like a blade to it or something, unless you're like a professional. Next, we got the Julius Erving 79 Topps. Nice card. Probably one I could have just picked up graded for, but the graded ones just keep flying off the market, and it's just like, can't seem to get a good price on them, so just buy it ungraded. Pretty cheap. Alex English, another Hall of Famer. I already got one of these in an 8, so probably not going to outdo that, but they'll just be resold. We've got 3, we've got 4, and I think one of these actually looked really, really good. I think it was this one here. I put it at the back, so they'll, give it the higher grade. It's kind of a strategy. People talk about it, but you can see the centering's like really good on it, and it's pretty sharp. And looking at the back corners and edges, you can see it's just really pack fresh condition. So I think it's got a shot at a 9. If that gets a 9, that'd be nice. Put that in the collection and just sell the other ones. We got 20 people in here. If you guys want to hit the like button, I appreciate it. Yeah, we got the Magic Johnson second year card. Even in like a 6, guys, you get a nice little premium on these. You start getting into the hundreds of dollars once you get into the 7, especially the 8. And they're just going to go up. I think, that documentary coming out, especially, is going to have, Magic, Bird, all the other guys from the 80s. And people are going to be, grabbing these off the shelf. And there's only so many of them that are going to be on the market. So picked them up for around the $50, $60 range. And I think they're going to, do decent. Even, like I said, a 6. That's what the back looks like on the 81, the orange. Then we got a 86, the famous set. I think this set's really a great set, iconic, and all the big players in this, people want them. And even this Kareem card in like an 8, I think was just out of my price range. So I'm like, I'll just buy an ungraded one for like 20, 30, 40 bucks, whatever. And it's, it's got the centering of an 8. It's got a little bit of white right there and a tiny little spot there. So I think it's, it's possible. Back looks pretty decent, pretty nicely centered. A lot of times you have some flaws back here with the printing, and very common you have that kind of like discolored edge right there. But overall, I think it's a solid card. I think it's got definitely a shot. I mean, the corners all look really, really good. Maybe a little bit of white, but it's pretty solid. I'd say it's an 8 if I had to guess. Next, we got the Stockton rookie. I still think he's undervalued. He's the all-time assists leader. He's the all-time steals leader. Second is Jason Kidd, and he is ahead of Jason Kidd pretty far. So I don't know if anybody's ever going to catch his stats on that. And I think he was just kind of he's undervalued in my opinion, but, a PSA 8 on this card is like 50, 60 bucks probably, and a 9 is like, I don't know, 150. So I just think it's really a steal of a price if you're looking for a good Hall of Fame card to put some money in. This card is the hardest with the centering. It's almost impossible to get a good centered card. So if it's a tad bit off, you can definitely get a 9. I do already have this in a 9, so I've already graded a 9 myself, but picked him up. I just think it's a great card. He's undervalued. We did the 90 Hoops opening on the channel, if you guys missed that. And I pulled some Jordan cards out. This has got Magic and Jordan on it. He's got the trophy, inside stuff. Just so 90s. And just going to grade it from my PC. It's the only one that looked really, really good, the centering and everything. And it might not gem. That's fine if it gets a 9. Because they're super picky on these cards. This is another one that's Jordan there. Jordan's Playground's like a big thing. They did a whole video on it. He's got the tucked in shirt and the whole 90s vibe going on there. Really nice card there. And then this is the main reason I bought the boxes to crack, was I wanted this Jordan checklist card. It's just a really cool hand-drawn artwork, white borders, just card I always remember. It's not super expensive or anything, but just a cool card. So figured I'd grade these two, put one of them in the PC, sell the other one. And then another card I bought the box for was the Gary Payton rookie card, which has been going up with a lot of these guys that are, pretty cheap. And I pulled 2 of them that looked really good. The other one had, I think, a corner issue. So I decided to grade these 2. John, what's going on? Paul Carl said, love the hand-drawn cards. The 91 Upper Deck set are pretty, 91. Those are pretty cool. Next we got a Jordan Spike Says card. I graded one of these and it graded a 5, and I cracked it out of the case and I was pretty dumbfounded, but got another one. It's a cheap card, probably like 10 bucks, 8 bucks, something like that. And this one looks like, 9 potential, but with the way the last one went, who knows. Picked up a Garnett. These I sold out of. The the 95 Topps Garnett rookies. I was asking like $68, $70 for the PSA 9s on this, and they were just sitting and sitting and sitting. And out of nowhere, they just started selling. I'd sell the card, put the next one up, put it up for a little bit more. It'd fly off the shelf, put another one up, ask even more for that one. Next thing you know, it was $100, 120, 130. I think the last one sold for like 170. The card literally went from 70 to 170 in like 2 weeks. Part of that was because that's how I priced it out. I raised my price because of the demand, because there's nobody else on the market with one of these for buy it now. And there was a few auctions going, but a lot of people just want it right now. They don't want to bid on the auction and wait, and who knows how high it's going to go and so on. So sold out of the 9s that I had. I think I got some more at PSA coming back of this card. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can still get the raw and graded for like $10, $15, right in that range. This one looked really solid. I always look at the centering on this card, and if the borders, the centering look good, and the sharp corners and everything. Usually, it's a safe bet. I sold them on eBay, John. I have an eBay store. That's mainly where I sell the cards. Next, another card I just think is undervalued is the Garnett. $5 to $10 range on these cards. It's his metal rookie card. Just a nice card. Usually the back, if you look at the edges and corners and stuff, you'll see a little bit of whitening or something like that. But it checks out and it looks really good, and there's no surface issues. And you can look really closely at the corners, especially on these. Looks good. I think we're going to get some 9s and some potential for a 10. So I picked up a lot of 4 of those, and they all were really, really good. Tends to be if you buy them, you're either going to get a bunch of them that are like already been looked over, sifted through, or they're going to look really good, like they came out of somebody's collection. I mostly buy basketball, baseball. I recently got into hockey a little bit, and then golf, which you'll see in here, which is just like Tiger Woods. Next we got Steve Nash, another Hall of Famer. I didn't have one of his rookies, so I picked up a Topps base. Pretty cheap card. I think it was like 10 or 15 bucks. Looked pretty solid. I'm not going to chase a 10 on it. I'll probably be fine with a 9 on that one. And then his chrome rookie card, a little off-centered on it. But other than that, really, really sharp. I think this one was $50, $60 range. The chromes are just way more pricey, and they get a pretty good premium on eBay, especially if you get a 9 on these or a 10. Obviously, even an 8, you're going to make a little bit. But really good. Nice coloring on it, nice and sharp. So I'm hoping for a 9 on that one. I've been selling these for a few years now, and they've just gone up in price. These Jordan, it's basically the same image as rookie, but it says Decade of Excellence on there, 1986 to 96, gold stamp there. And I picked up 20 of these. Pretty much, I'm sold out of them, I think, right now. And I got some more coming back from PSA, but with PSA taking like 9-10 months, I got to kind of send some of these out in a few months, 3-4 months or so. I'll send some more in that way. Once I get those others back, those will slowly sell over time, and then I'll get low on inventory. Then I'll get another shipment back, and so on. So these are like $350 in a 10. I did pretty good on one of my last shipments. I think I got like 12 10s or something. So yeah, nice card, no brainer, easy money. Bought 20 of them. Next we got a Duncan. Duncan prices, same with the Garnett. Absolutely went insane the last few weeks. I had a bunch of these in a PSA 9. I think I was asking like $100 best offer, and they were literally just sitting there. And literally overnight they shot to like $200, and then even over $200. I would put it up for sale, no best offer, no nothing, and it would literally just gone. And then I would list the next one and put even more on it, so that way, I was inching the price up basically. As long as somebody's willing to pay it, it's gonna sell. His finest went crazy as well. I have one of those left. I think I'm not sure if I have any more of these at PSA, but you could get these basically raw for like $20, $15, $20. They're starting to creep up now past $30 until people start jumping on it. So nicely centered, nice looking card, and they're hard to get and a 10. I got 110 out of all the ones I sent in, I think. And that's in the PC, so I think the 10 is like $700 or more. And I can see it just going up. I mean, you look at Kobe. Kobe's 10 is what, like 5 grand. So sky's the limit on this stuff. Dwayne Wade. I know he's not vintage. He's undervalued. Yep, Dwayne Wade. Good call there, Tim. Yeah, I've been buying Dwayne Wade. I like his base tops rookie. His chrome obviously is pretty pricey. I try to kind of find the hidden gems. This is the rookie exclusive upper deck one. The same card in LeBron is a pretty penny. So picking these up for like $10. Really, really sharp. Black borders, it can be tough, but as long as it looks really, really sharp and everything, it's worth sending in. I'm thinking 9s with potential 10s on these. And I think last time I checked, they're like $150 to $200 in a 10, but cards like this are just going to go up. I mean, Dwayne Wade, 3-time champion, it's probably going into the Hall of Fame. Now would be the time to start picking this stuff up before, the price really goes up, before he gets into the Hall of Fame. John, I do have Instagram, John. It's Trading Cards and More. I think I have like 4,000 or 5,000 followers, something like that. So pretty easy to find. Same exact writing as my YouTube channel, my eBay store, everything. Yeah, the Topps paper is a nice one too. I think I've tried to get that one. I just haven't been able to snag one. Another great, still playing. Good chance at a Hall of Fame. I think because of his points, somebody was saying his overall like career points are like up there in the top like 20 all time or something. Carmelo Anthony. This is his Topps. I think I got this for like $15. Really, once again, I think the 10s are like 200 or maybe even a little bit less. So, same set as that LeBron card. You can't go buy boxes or packs anymore if you don't want to spend a buttload of money. Pick up the single, for $15. Why not? Carmelo Anthony probably going into the Hall of Fame. Next we have the Bowman. I'm just basically looking at like the same cards with these guys, as the LeBron cards. I have the LeBron Bowman of this in a PSA 9. So why not pick up the Carmelo Anthony for, $15 or whatever it was. Maybe a tiny little touch on the corner. But it's really solid looking. So I'm thinking a 9 on this one. Another guy, we got Chris Paul here. Another $15 range, maybe $20 at most. Get a nice centered copy of it. And send it off to PSA and come back at the end of the year, and who knows, price is probably going to be up on it. Another shot at the Hall of Fame, Chris Paul. And kind of a no-brainer Hall of Famer at this point, Kevin Durant. This is his Fleer, just his base Fleer card. It says rookie on it, 2007-8. Sonics, last year for the Sonics before the team changed. Really, really nice. I thought this looked really, really good. I did notice that bottom corner has a tiny little touch of white on that bottom back corner. Other than that, it's very, very sharp. Very good eye appeal. Nice centering on the front. Hoping for a 9 on that one. And we will definitely make money on this one. I can't remember if I paid 50, 60, 70 bucks for it. But if you look up the 9, we made money on it. So nice looking card. Yeah, 9 to 10 months on the bulk submissions right now. Pretty much when I talked to the guy on the phone a week or two ago, he said it was taking up to 15 weeks right around to basically get your order scanned into the system. So that's already 3.5 months, and then you're looking at another 6 to 7 months, he said. So 9, 10 months basically is what you're looking at. So getting these out early February, not expecting them back till like December, so kind of is what it is. Yeah, I've got a few Durants. I bought Durant's, some of his rookies in 2017 for like $50 when they won the championship. And PSA 10s, I got those for like $50. They're now like $500 to $1,000 or something. So it's turned out to be a really good investment. Cool, John. Appreciate you adding me on there. Next we have Griffey. I already have this in a 9. I don't think this is going to outdo the 9. It had a little issue on the edge right there. You can catch it. But we opened it out of the pack, and it's pretty minty, and I don't know. I'm just going to grade it anyways. I think it's got a shot. I don't know how if they're going to downgrade it because that little kind of the way it's like lipped up right there. But other than that, really sharp. A little bit off-centered left to right. Maybe it'll get a 9, maybe it won't. But I think the Griffey's definitely going to continue to rise. And the Randy, which was one of the other ones we pulled. We pulled the Shillings. The Shillings just did not look good. This is another one where even if it gets a 9, I think we're probably not going to do... Probably not really gaining anything on this, but this will just go into my personal collection. I don't have a Randy Johnson rookie in my collection. Pretty famous pitcher. He pitched and hit a bird. That was pretty awesome. I'm sure he's known for a lot more than that, obviously, but yeah, this guy was a monster. And yeah, I don't have a rookie of his, so this will go into the personal collection regardless. Probably, hopefully a 9 on that one. These cards are $12 per card. That's why they're taking so long, because they're giving you the bulk pricing. So it's the slowest submission turnaround time, which used to be 45 days, but now it's like 100 plus business days. Plus, it's taking a super long time to get the stuff even in the system because there's so much backlog right now at PSA. Next, we got the Frank Thomas score. We bought a box of score for like $18 or whatever. I just want to try to pull the Bo Jackson card and the Thomas rookie, and sure enough, we got both. The Bo Jackson, unfortunately, had a bad corner, but this one looked very, very, very good. Really, really good eye peel. Good centering. Sharp corners. Edges look great. I'm hoping for a 10 on this. I mean, we know how picky their graders can be sometimes. You get a card, you think it looks gem, and then you get it back and it's a 9, but it's going into the PC. I think the 10 on this is only like $70 or something. Everyone wants his Topps no number card, or no name on the front. They want that error card. But yeah, score is a big thing back in the day. Not a super premium product or anything, but it's got the first round pick on there and Frank Thomas rookie card. And the last cards of the submission are some Tiger Woods cards. His cards absolutely exploded. Him and his son were in that tournament. It was all over the internet. Everyone went crazy. I think they were saying there's going to be a documentary too. His base Topps rookie card from the 2001 Upper Deck set, card number 1, went from being $300 to like $1,200 plus. Literally 4x like overnight. Everybody's going crazy about it. I've got a bunch of those at PSA. Probably not going to get them back for a while, and the price has already cooled off on it. But there was 30 cards in the Tiger Tails. You got one of these in each pack. But almost every one of them that I looked at had something just slightly wrong with it, with the edging or corners or something. It's got the foil on the front, so you can have like a factory line or something. But so this was the only one that checked out. It's not going to be super expensive if it comes back in 10, but I'll still make money on it. So Tiger Woods. And then the Victory March card. I think this went to a few $100s in a 10. It's from the same set once again. It's just a different card. Card 151 in the set, 2001 Upper Deck. And then his Golf Gallery card there. I pulled a few of these. I might even got one in an eBay lot or something, just as kind of a throw-in. Looked them over. They looked pretty sharp. So I decided to go ahead and grade them. I know they're probably coming down in price and stuff like that by the time I get them back. But still, Tiger Woods rookie year card. So I'm still going to grade them and sell them off. Poker player cards, I don't have any of those. I don't know if that's really a thing. I did a few soccer cards. We just got recently into hockey. Other than that, just the main sports. I did football, but it was just one of my watchers sent me some cards of the wild card, and I pulled a bunch of Brett rookies. We were looking for the really rare variation. But that's the only football we've done on the channel. Mostly it's basketball and baseball. But as far as like grading stuff, I send in greats of everything. I mean, I sent in some Lance Armstrong rookie cards. I'd like to get a Michael Phelps rookie. I bought one, but it just didn't check out for grading, so I just sold it ungraded. But yeah, nice little order. This is just, like I said, one of 4 orders we're going to be getting out by the end of the weekend. Probably tomorrow we'll do the Pokemon, maybe tomorrow, and then say we'll do the Ultra Modern, and then maybe the Express as well. We're gonna get it all out. I'm gonna get it all listed. I'm probably gonna ship it all in together to get it shipped all in for kind of a cheaper price. I guess what you do is you put your fastest turnaround time you put on the outside of the box, so it would be Express, and then they give you like a scannable barcode, and you put that on the outside. They scan it in. The Express right now is taking about a month, so I'm gonna get those cards back. Hopefully early March is when I'll get those ones back, but you'll see what we're sending in on those in the next couple days here. Number your cards when you send in multiples. So you put them in the box, and then you just put on the box what cards you have in the order. So if you have all the cards from that order, you don't really need to order them, but you just want them in the order you listed them. So when they open the package, they go, okay, this is the first card. This is card number 2. This is card number 3. So you don't actually have to number the cards, but you do want an order as you listed them, and you want them in there so when they pull them out, they can easily see what's going on. So yeah, ChillCon, what's going on? I don't have a day job. I haven't had a regular job in like 7 years now, because I kind of just I had to walk away from working for corporate, the big corporate, basically the hamster wheel spinning around, trying to work your way up the ladder, up the pyramid scheme, and dealing with some bad situations and bad bosses, and working your butt off and getting the shaft. So I work for myself now. I started with Amazon business. That was pretty nice. Basically, the business model was I was spending $2 on an item and selling it for 20. And I was doing 6 figures a year doing that. Then I started doing YouTube. That channel was pretty successful there for a few years. I made pretty good money on that. And that kind of fizzled off. And then I started eBay in 2017. Well, I've been doing eBay for 20 years, but I started the cards, mainly Pokemon cards, starting out buying, grading, selling. Back when you can send a 45-day order out to PSA and get it back before 45 days. And it was, $7 a card to grade on pretty much everything. If it was, under $100 value, stuff like this, basically the bulk stuff. Kind of built that business up, and then the other stuff kind of fizzled off, and I decided to do trading cards full time, probably at the end of last year, or not the end of last year, sorry, the end of 2019. I basically changed my eBay around to a business platform. Same with my funds coming in, all going into the business side of it. I do have a corporation, so it gets a little complicated when you start talking tax and stuff like that. So if you do have a business like this, you want to talk to your CPA. I go to a guy that I trust pretty good. He's been doing it for decades now, and they do all that kind of crap. So, but yeah, doing this full time now. Probably the main part of my business has pretty much been the grading aspect of it. Buy the cards, grade them, and then add so much value to the cards. That's where you're making all your money. Yeah, still on that hamster wheel. You really don't want to go full time with anything until you're 100%, above your pay grade. So, for instance, if you're working a 40-hour work week and you're making X amount of money, you want that second income to be profiting X amount of money before you can walk away from said hamster wheel. And I see a lot of people that make that mistake, and especially with the market changing throughout the year. For instance, fourth quarter is always a big in all sectors of retail. November and December, people just make crazy sales. So people will base their decision on, I had a few good months, so I should be good. And then you get those slow months or what have you. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing anything like this full time unless you're, really educated and you've been doing it a long time. And I just kind of had no other choice, and I just was like, I'm all in on this, and it's gone pretty good. 2020 was an insanely good year for everything collectible. The card market went crazy. I mean, it was insane. The only downfall, of course, is the grading times now are way, way, way worse. But I'm fine with the bad grading times because I'm making so much darn money. But that's why I've been moving some of my focus towards the express grading. Moving forward, we're going to be doing a lot more express grading. Every month, I'm going to try to push out a bunch of cards. I actually just talked to my buddy Brett. If you guys know, he's been in the chat before. There's a card show next week. I might go there and try to find some cards. But and then we got all these new sets coming out here. We got Shining Fates coming out February 19th. We got Hoops coming out on the 3rd. We got Baseball Series 1 Topps coming out on the 10th. So we got some really good sets coming out that are going to have some really good high-end stuff in it. Just the 2020 hockey. I try to buy the new stuff because it floods the market, and that's the best time to get into those cards. Once those cards circulate through the market and they become older, and the card prices mature and kind of hit their points of certain guys that their prices go up. There's less of a opportunity there. So I did buy some Lafreniere. I don't know how you pronounce his darn name. He's the big rookie this year. I have 11 of his Young Guns cards. They're a few $100 a piece. I went half on the regular Young Guns and half on the canvas, which I like the canvas more. I think it's going to grade a lot easier, and it's more rare. Those are like 1 in 40 or something packs. They're pretty tough to get. So that's what I've been putting the money into, and I just kind of dipped it in, like, let's try it out, see what happens. I seen a great opportunity on that card at $200, $250 a card, get a 10 and sell it for 12, 1500. So I mean that's what we're shooting for on those, and then I'll be able to take all that money from this express order that I'm doing and really start pumping money into more high-end cards. High-end, not maybe like what some people would consider high-end, but buy a card for $200, $300, grade it and sell it for $1,000. It's really what I'm aiming for, because I can really grow the business. This stuff is great. I mean, I like this kind of stuff. A lot of this stuff, obviously, this is all going into my PC, but and then if we got doubles, we'll sell them. But I like the bulk stuff because it's you get a card for $20, you pay 10 or $12, $15 depending, and then it comes back at 10 and you sell it for 200, whatever. I like the profit margins, but I also like the fact that with the Express, you're making hundreds of dollars per card, and you're getting your money back out of it a month, 2 months later instead of waiting 10 months later. So that's kind of my approach on that. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you guys coming. If you guys want to see more of my PSA submissions, there's going to be 3 more here in the next 2 days. And then if you guys want to see my PSA orders coming back, yeah, we're going to have 4 orders coming back probably within the next month or 2. I'm not sure when they're going to pop. I'm not sure when, but it's getting really, really close. Like I said, we got the 1 order that went from grading to assembly, and it's 215 cards. So I'm guessing we're going to get those back here soon. Bought a couple of LeBron rookies, debating Express for get that cash velocity. Yeah, Chilicon. With the LeBron rookies, I'm not sure which one you have, but most of the LeBron rookies are pretty high priced at this point, especially if they're in the PSA 9, PSA 10. So you're probably going to want to express those. His market is really blown up. The prices are. I didn't understand why his cards went down when they won the championships. Like, why are people like getting out of LeBron? But I think a lot of people were shifting their money into football or something at that time. I don't know. But yeah, his prices have really, really gone up. So yeah. Tim said, dropping off at PSA. They got him around the corner. That's funny. I don't think it's going to get the cards into the system any quicker. I mean, unless you're doing like the express, obviously. But yeah, that I don't know how that would work. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty far from California. I'm in the Midwest, so it's about a couple thousand miles from me. Um, yeah, appreciate it, Paul. Thanks for coming. Chilcon, thanks for the content. Uh, Not the best Topps Matrix with Mellow and Bosch, but going up. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't have any Bosch yet, but yeah, definitely picking up some of these guys that I think it's pretty much a sure bet. Just like the Duncans and the Garnetts I bought, and they graded and came back nines, and I made a crap ton of money on those. So, with the Hall of Fame coming up here, it was just kind of a no-brainer, really. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Haven't been able to find any cards. It's been crazy out there, but I'm really kind of holding everything till that. I know here in February we got the Topps baseball coming out, we got the Hoops basketball coming out, we got the Pokemon coming out, and then early March, I believe, we got Prism basketball. So it's gonna be crazy from this point on, as far as all the cards I'm picking up, and hopefully opening some product for you guys and getting PSA orders back, pumping the PSA orders out. So it's gonna be good stuff here. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Have your push bells on. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. We'll see you in the next one.